so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be.
Hey everybody, welcome back and thank you for joining us again this evening. We are about to wrap up day one of the Card Maker Success Summit. I can't believe it. This time just sort of flies right by. Tonight we're going to be joined by KB and Riley. Tanya is in the house. I'm not even going to try to say her last name because I butcher it every single time. It starts with a K. It's really long. I just don't know how to say it. So she can introduce herself properly when she comes on. All right, here we go. Welcome to the stage, Tanya.
Okay, it's Tanya.
Tanya.
You had it right like 5 minutes ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. And it's just K. Just go with K. You can never screw that up. Just Tanya K. It works, you know?
Tanya K.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So as always, our sponsors have been so generous and they are offering a nice little discount here. I'm going to wait for the scrolling to go by because I can't remember what your promo code is.
I think it's Riley 20, I believe.
Riley 20. Oh, and it's another 20% off, you guys.
Mhm.
Huge discount. Be sure to get
Absolutely.
your other window open so you can start shopping as soon as Tanya starts doing her demonstration.
Mwah.
And make sure that you go and use the link Cardmaker Success Summit /Riley and Company, I believe is the link. And Harry has got it strolling by right now. All right, perfect. All right, now don't forget, Tanya, we've got a giveaway to give away once you're done. So don't go anywhere when we're finished, okay?
You got it?
All right, I'm gonna let you have the stage.
The floor?
Yes. There you go.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad you're here with me tonight. Thank you for spending some time with me. We have got some super fun things planned. First and most importantly, write it down, Riley 20. It is good on everything except our Aunt Martha paints. Okay, those are fabulous. But unfortunately, we can't do a 20% discount. But look at what we are going to do tonight. Ta-da! Okay, we are going to make this super fun card. And I completely forgot to ask Brandy how long I have. I think I have 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure I have 30 minutes.
Yep, 30 minutes.
30 minutes. I got it. So tonight, in case you guys have not heard of Riley and Company, we are a stamp and die company located in the middle of the United States, pretty close to the capital of Kansas. I'm also partners with Karen that you just watched, and with KB Riley. So got a couple. So I'm going to show you tonight one of our products. You may have heard of the funny bones. Okay. That's what we're known for, is the funny bones. We have about 950 sayings on our website. Hilarious little sayings for your cards and your scrapbook pages. Every night around midnight, I'm shocked to find out it's only 6 p.m. I believe in empathy. I'm always willing to put myself in someone else's shoes, unless they're Crocs, and then they're on their own. What a nice looking pair of Crocs, said no one ever. Don't take offense. Please don't take offense. My design team wears them. It's just because we released a little alligator crocodile guy. So we are going to be using our dress up line tonight to make this card. And I cannot see your comments because I don't have the YouTube page up, which is really annoying. But this card features our tucker, but look at this. La, 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 la. Right, so we have a funny bones on there and our dress up characters. Now, what is a dress up character? Okay, so think back when we were kids, okay? Let's see. I'm gonna try to get you guys up here. I think I'm gonna have to turn down. Yeah. Anyway, think back when we were kids, okay? And we had paper dolls, and the paper dolls they were cute, and the clothes were cute, and I played them all the time. But now we have paper dolls with much cuter animals. Look at all these guys. I just laid them on here. At this time, we have 9 different animals to use.
So,
And we have
so Tanya, there's something going on with your
different
sound. It keeps going in and out.
So you can play dress up with your little animals, okay? And that's what we did.
Tanya, can you hear me?
We put a moose in a bunny outfit. We put the giraffe in a shirt with little egg bottoms.
Tanya, can you hear me?
Right? All kinds of fun stuff.
I don't think
And
she can hear me. She's turned her
Where you at?
volume down. Can you hear me, Tanya?
yes, I can.
Okay. Your sound was going in and out, was a little bit garbled. So I'm not sure which mic you're on. It sounds great now, but when you were I think when you had YouTube up, it was kind of being garbled. So I don't know if you turned off a mic in the process.
Okay. Then my sound is right up here in this, and if I back away, it doesn't seem to like it much.
Okay.
So can you hear me better now?
I hear you perfectly now.
All right. So I just need to hang right here. If I back away like this, it goes away. If I come back up, it's just fine.
Yeah, I think it was though when you turned on the YouTube and you turned down the volume on something.
I did turn the volume down. I just shut YouTube off.
Okay. All right.
So we're
Perfect.
good.
I think we're good now.
We're good. Sorry, everybody.
No worries.
Sorry. Okay. So let's get back to this. So we are going to make this fold card that has got a little band around it. Okay. I have pre-colored everything for a reason. There's no way that I could color all of these pieces. And that is my first tip that I'm going to give you guys. When you get your stamp sets like this, the easiest way to do this is to stamp them all on a piece of paper and color. Okay, spend a lot of time coloring. Color everything that's on there and then photocopy. Right? So when you get ready to make a card like this, all you have to do is go grab that sheet and photocopy it. And I did mine 5 or 6 times, and I just pulled all kinds of stuff out on that. So that is a tip for you, okay? Now let's get started with the base of this card. It's really super easy. I'm just going to set that right there. All right, so on the base, if you want to get out your pencil, or I guess this is on record, you can watch it later. On the base of your card, you're going to take a 12 by 12 sheet and just cut it at 5.5. And can you guys see this? There, I have scored it here at 4 inches and here at 4 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it in, and then I'm going to fold it this way. And that's how easy it is. So from the second score over, this is the very top at 5.5, and this is 2 inches. And I literally just put it in my cutter to where these lined up and just cut it right off. Now for the inside panels, all right, we have these inside panels here. I'm going to show you a really easy way to do this. So if you have, see, I've already made a mess. I can make a disastrous quicker than anybody you have seen. So my room, my studio looks like a tornado hit it after these events. So when you want to put, we're going to put these colors on the inside, all right, these papers. So the first one I cut, of course, it's 4 wide and 5.5 tall. So I just cut it down. So we're just going to use that. We're going to put that down. And I'm going to use zip dry. If you have not used zip dry, you owe it to yourself to use zip dry. Zip dry is like a rubber cement for card makers. It's a high grade rubber cement. This one's kind of low, so it's going to take me a while, just a little bit to get this down. And it lets you move your paper, all right, while it's on there. So you only need it around the outside edge because it'll squish down. And I just leave it flat so I don't have to wait again. And we are just going to glue that down, and zip dry lets you move it. And you can get the zip dry on our website, 20% off, which is a really great deal. Now, when you go to do this panel, I don't measure. I don't like to measure. I don't like math. Nothing about it I like, so I cheat. And this is what I do. So for this panel, I lay it underneath and I center it, okay, in the sides. So it's centered down here, it's centered up here, right? And then I am just going to take a pencil and I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to draw a line. And this is where you cut. You cut here, all right? You're going to drop it down a little bit. So you're going to cut up about 1/4 of an inch and you will get a panel that looks like this by the magic of video. And we're just going to glue that in there. Okay, see, look at that. It fits perfect. And I line mine up with the bottom because I'm not, this one isn't, it doesn't matter. We're going to put grass on it anyway. Okay. And the next one, you do the exact same way with a different piece of paper, of course. You lay it here. All right. You're going to draw that line. You're going to cut it off at the bottom and then cut it up a little bit. And you are going to get a piece just like this. Right? Easy peasy. Line it up at the bottom. Okay. I thought about coloring some of these pieces and then I realized there's absolutely no way that I would have time to do that. I wouldn't have time to do even one piece. And then Brandy would shoo me out of here. So I did the same thing on the other side with little carrot paper because you see this piece. So I wanted to cover it. And these papers are Echo Park. I believe they have some version of it this year, I believe. Okay, and finally, yep, here we go. Same thing. And put that down there. And I like it because see how I can move that around and it's on the paper. So if you had a piece that didn't fit or you didn't like it and you wanted to take it off with traditional tape runner or some other type of liquid glue, it wouldn't work. And look, I can take this off. If it was the wrong piece, I can rub this off just like that. Okay. And it saves both pieces. But in this case, I'm just going to put it back on. And then after about 30 seconds, you will never get that piece of paper off there again. Ever, or ever, ever, ever. So now we have our card. Really easy. Okay. Just on the second score line and 2 inches from the bottom. Really easy. So now I am just going to start assembling my card. Now you guys just saw Karen from KB Riley, and since I am her partner, I tend to use a lot of dies that go back and forth. So this grass is my very favorite grass ever of all time, and I'm just going to lay this on there. These are pre-cut, and it's out of Nature Edges. Okay, and this is my second favorite glue, and you guys saw Karen use this, right? It's in the fine tip bottle. Now I am just going to go ahead and just go along the line, just along the bottom. Okay, that's it. I have got some pieces that are still in this one. And I am just going to lay that on here. Just along the bottom. See, it covers that up. Now we want to leave these not glued so we can tuck stuff in there. So the second one, I am just going to do the exact same way that I did the first one. Just like that. All right. And finally, let's put this one right here. I like to cut out these long pieces of grass because then you can even cut them into pieces and add it to your cards, just as little tufts of grass somewhere. Okay. And we are done with the base on the inside. The next thing that we're going to do, let's save that for later. Okay, so we have the front done. And everything is ready to go. We just need to put our clothes on our animals. So I have that in a different bag. Now, I have pre-colored everything. And truth be told, I pre-copied everything because honestly, I have every single one of them colored. I have them in a little book. So when I wanted to make this card, I just went in and I looked and found the ones I wanted. And then I pulled them out, color copied them, and I'm ready to go. It's so easy and so quick. So keep your master. Now, I did this on purpose. I kind of messed up and did not cut this perfectly around. Okay, can you guys see that? Here's a little tip. If you use some vintage photo and you just go around the edge, it gets rid of that really harsh white line and you never notice it. Look at that. Never even noticed it. And I intentionally did this so I could show you a little tip. So we are going to put this little guy together. He gets, let's see, he is going to get this little outfit. And I do that on all of these little clothes. Just do a little bit, not a lot. Okay, so we are going to put some in there. And tuck that on. And then he gets a hat. Look at this. Look at the little hat he gets. But I'm going to tuck it back behind his, and I know there's a word for these. And every time I use my giraffe, I always ask, look, that little hat, the little egg goes right on his head. And he is done. All right. So we have this guy done. And let's see, we're going to, let's do Tucker. This is Tucker. Everybody meet Tucker. Okay. Now with Tucker, I am just going to make a little slit right under his mouth because I want to tuck in. Oh, isn't that cute? So cute. Okay, so I want to tuck that in. And let's see, where am I going to glue that up? All right. Right there. Nope. I'm doing this backwards. And it's really not this difficult. Oh, for Pete's sake, look at that. Okay. Jiminy Christmas. So with him, let's put that out front. And I'm going to secure it right here. Now, I do have, if you guys are just sad that you don't get to watch me color, you can go out to our YouTube page, since you're on YouTube anyway. And we have a whole bunch of coloring videos out there. So I'm going to put this on here just like that. And he's going to have a little hat. So all I'm going to do is put some glue here. And some glue there. Right there. Okay. And he's done. So now we have Riley. Okay. And Riley is going to be the bunny in this little scenario here. So he gets the bunny outfit. Okay. Now, I don't like for it to be all one layer when you put the head, when you put his clothes on. So I cut his head off. And it's really not sad because he doesn't feel it or anything, but you can glue it back on top over the clothing, all right, at a little angle, and it looks so much cuter. Okay. Now, we're going to put a couple slippers on him. Look at these bunny slippers. I used to have a pair of these bunny slippers, and for the life of me, I think I wore them out because I don't have them anymore. But I wish I did. All right, and Riley is going to get a hat as well. But we are going to put that back behind his ears by just cutting around the ears and tucking that in just like so. Nope, you know what? I don't like that. Sometimes you can do it like that, and it's just a little headband. But I think in this case, watch this. We used the whole thing on Tucker, but I think in this case, I'm just going to cut this off. And he is just going to have this sit on his head. Okay. I love doing this. The more sets you have, the more they interact with each other. So I love this. 48 sets, you have got a lot of possibilities. So now we are done with this guy. We have everything ready to go. So now we are just going to assemble. So Riley is going to be right here. All right. And we're just going to kind of lay them out. And I am going to put them in with foam tape. Just like that. Okay, so he is going to go right there. And Mr. Riley is going to, what did I do with my foam tape? There we go. And he can go right there. So we are just going to put this little saying together. Alrighty. And I am just going to glue that to my card. And we should maybe put a little cloud right here. That's the great thing about the dress up. It will be different every single time you do it. It is so much fun to do. Sometimes I just sit around and you can just dress these up. If you have a bunch of them already pre-colored, you can copy and cut out and just have little bins with every different set. Just have little pieces of clothes. I actually keep some of mine in a binder with like where you have baseball cards or sleeves that have baseball cards, except mine have funny bones in them. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put an extra little piece of grass and make sure I'm in the thing here, right here. And another one, this is actually from the spring sets, the dress up spring sets. Right there. Now I am going to tuck one of these little guys in, and these are little worms that we have in the Mushroom Lane line, which is an amazing line. It's a little town and business district where gnomes and fairies live, and the worms moved in to Veggie Lane. What we have with the Mushroom Lane line, for those people that hate to color, we have coloring sheets pre-done. They're called layering sheets, but in this instance, they're just pre-colored sheets for these guys. So you buy the dyes, you buy them pre-colored, and voila, you have all these different little worms that we can choose from. My favorite little worm is this guy. Isn't he cute? I think we'll use him. Yes, I do. And I think that when Brandy does her giveaways, that I am going to give away this card too. Some lucky person will get this card if she can draw that way. So I really did. Oh, and I have a little mushroom from the Gnomes and Fairies one. I'm going to put that right there. And now we are just going to grab some eggs and tuck one there and there and back behind that grass and under here. And we are just going to start adding some Easter eggs. And the die is with this set, of course. Let's see, what should we do? Oh, we're going to put the sparkly egg in Jeff's hands. Jeff the giraffe. All right. And let's see. Let's do a yellow one over here. See how quick this comes together? You know, once you have everything all cut, it's a piece of cake. And I tuck them back behind the grass. All right. So far, so good, right? So now, all we have to, oh no, we're going to tuck the little worm in. Where'd he go? We have that one. So
That is so adorable. Yeah.
All right, so all we have left to do is the band. Do I have time to do the band?
Yes, you do.
All right, so it's really super easy to make a band. They call these, are they belly bands? Is that what they call them? Anyway, I
Yeah,
call them
belly
bands.
band.
So you're just going to wrap this around the front very lightly. All right, you don't want it to be real tight because you want it to be able to move. So you're just going to wrap it a little tighter than what I have it. Okay, just like that, we're going to turn it over. And I don't like a ton of extra on there, so I usually just cut it off. And I'm going to hold it and glue it at the same time. And that's one thing about the line cook glue that we sell at KarenBurniston.com is that it dries very quickly. Unlike zip dry that lets you move it around, and the pH glue dries very quickly. So they serve two different purposes. That's why I keep switching back and forth. All right, so we have Piama.
Is the zip dry glue from Beacon?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Absolutely the most fabulous glue ever, ever, ever. I wish they sold it. See, did you guys see that? So I had this moved over here and I spent all this time on this card, right? And this is not straight. And I don't want it to look not straight. Zip dry will let you move it exactly into place. And you've got about 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. And look at the difference. So all I'm going to do at this point is I am going to glue Tucker's head right here. I'm only going to glue him to the band, making sure it doesn't go anywhere else. And then I'm going to grab another little worm, I think. Let's see. Oh, this one has bibs and an overall. Look, he has little overalls. I think we shall use him.
I'm just curious, the worms that are pre-colored, did you color them or did somebody else? You did?
Yeah. And our whole Mushroom Lane line has the layering sheets. So it's a line that you can create 3D dies or 3D cards with. And I wish I had one. I do have one that I'll show you if I have time. But a lot of people, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a lot of people don't like to color. I was like, what? Who doesn't like to color? But apparently there are people that don't like to color. So we decided to do the coloring for them and made layering sheets. And I'll show you in just a second. And ta-da! Our card is completely done. Is this just amazing how quick that went together? So we have that. And look at that. Isn't that cute?
That is super cute, for sure.
So easy to do. let me show you what the layering sheets. We actually have a kit on our website right now. Believe it or not, it just came out yesterday. And I think I left the kits in the 20% off. So if I did, you guys are extremely lucky because let me show you the cards for the kit.
And Tanya, if you have that binder handy, that where you've got all your coloring and stuff, I bet people would be interested to see how you've got all your
I'll go
stuff.
grab it. This is the 3D cards. And see, I colored this ahead of time, but on the layering sheets, it's already pre-colored for you. And so the dies match it. Oh, it's in a folder and the folder's stuck. So this card was made with these layering sheets and the dies. Okay. So the same with this. This is our newest kit. And that, yeah, hold on just a sec. I could run and grab it real quick.
So while she's grabbing that, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on her dies, they cut right up to the line. So unless you've, misaligned it or whatnot, you're not going to have that white border where most dies have that little tiny 1/8, 1/16 inch of a white border around the stamped image. So that's what kind of makes her paper doll, if you will, look so realistic, is that there is not that little white border that goes all the way around.
So this is my binder. It's a big binder. And see, I literally have every set already colored. I keep them in a big binder like this because I need the colors so that I can put them on the website and everything. But every single one of our kits are like this. Now you can also use a much smaller binder, of course. It all looks big on here. And this is just a smaller one with little smaller pockets that you can keep them in. I like that as well. And they're your masters, so don't ever cut your masters, right? Just save them and you can use them that way. Now, I have to show you guys before I go, this is what you can do with dress ups. So here's Riley in the chicken outfit. Here's Bert sitting in an egg. We have a little rabbit in a cowboy set. Here's our professional sets. Isn't this hilarious? Like you could just do this. Oh, this is like, we had it was giraffe day or I don't know. Anyway, we did photo shoot with the little giraffes. Look at this.
Oh,
it's so from cute. The rock and roll one. I know, aren't they cute? And we just added a shark. And so all of the clothes fits all of these animals. So you have a cow, and you have a panda, and you have a pink flamingo. And see, you can even put this, you would take the hood off and move it up. You could cut it off. Let's see. Oh, where's my alligator?
Somebody's asking what kind of color copier do you use? Is it inkjet or laser?
I have a laser copier that I use, but I also have an inkjet as well. Okay, this is hilarious. A gator in a chicken outfit. Isn't he fun?
He is fun.
Oh my gosh, Lyle crocodiles in a chicken outfit. I'm gluing him down.
You're gluing him right now.
Yeah, I am. And see, I color my alligators ahead of time, right? Because I do them, for videos. Color ahead of time, keep them in a binder. And you could go, even if you don't have, a copy print, you can just run down to Kinko's real quick, or whatever's near. So let's see, we've got this little outfit. We can stick, this is Penny. She's my little raccoon. Look at her as a little Easter bunny. Isn't she cute?
Very cute.
She's actually a possum, and she's named after, fun fact here. Oh, look at that. Isn't she adorable? Penny is actually named after a little possum that I found in my pool skimmer.
You just cut Penny's head off.
I did, but I am a very good... It's lobotomy.
Lobotomy.
Watch.
when you're
Look,
cutting
isn't that cute?
awesome heads.
No, off with your head. You know, but
Oh my goodness. All right, we
uh,
are getting off the rails right now. All right,
oh,
let's go ahead and do your giveaway.
all right. I have the wrong one. Her feet's coming out of her costume. Dang it, Penny. What? Anyway, it's late.
Yes, it is. All right, you guys, I'm going to flip my camera over so you can see the cool giveaway that Riley and Company are doing.
Hopefully, it wasn't St. Patrick's Day. I will take full responsibility for that.
The
I
other one,
I
the other
decided what the
one
giveaways were for Katie
Day.
Riley. Did not realize it'd be past St. Patrick's Day, but they're great
No
guys.
worries. No worries. No worries. All right, so we've got our little dress up bunny right here. We've got a funny bones that says, at our age, we can hide our own Easter eggs, wait half an hour, and have no clue where we left them. That is so true. We've got some little fun dies here. And then looks like we've got some of those layering sheets with the little worms. And oh, look at those gnomes.
They're little gnomes. They go with the mushroom lane.
I love gnomes. And then we've got the stamp set for the little dress up stuff. And then we've got the dies that go with it. And then we've got the dies that actually cut out the bunnies. So cute, adorable. Now remember, you guys, like I said, her dies cut right up to the line. So you don't get that white halo around them, which I think makes it look just so much different. So, all right, who wants to get their hands on this nice little bundle? I want to see all of the emojis in the chat. All right, here we go. Now, Tanya, do you want to give away the card first, or do you want to give away the bundle first?
Let's give away the card.
Okay. All right. So this next giveaway is for the card that Tanya finished, and she will mail that to you. All right.
You're gonna get an early Easter card.
Yes. The winner of the card is going to Dawn. Dawn's last name starts with an M and ends with an R. Congratulations, Dawn. We'll be emailing you on Monday to get your mailing address. All right. Drum roll for the bundle. The winner of this is going to go to Sandy. Sandy's last name starts with an E and ends with an E.
Wow,
all
congratulations,
right.
Sandy.
Yes, and let me just double check my little list here to make sure I don't have anything else I need to give away. And it appears that that is it. All right, so Tanya, if you will hang around backstage, want to finish some of that conversation that we had earlier. And for the rest of you guys, we're going to end it for this evening. We should be sending out an email somewhere around 9 o'clock tonight that has information about today's activities and links for you to get back to everything that is alive today. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, though, we're going to be releasing a whole new list of presentations, and we have a full schedule of live streams. And if you're a premium VIP, don't forget to come to the Zoom class at 1:45. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be doing my updates and giveaways at 12:30. Yes, 12:30. I love it that Harriet knows everything. All right, you guys, take care.
She does.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Night, everybody.